Hello! Hi! And welcome back to another installment of 2236 AD. That last episode was a pretty dense 28 minutes. We had scissors. We had, well, we still got Yotsuba being a goddamn weirdo. And we got our head pumped full of that gooey, gorgeous goodness that is pseudoscience bullshit. And as a Kataru Uchikoshi fan, you gotta believe that right now. Like, that's one of the better episodes for me right now. That's real good. I love digging into just dumb shit like that. So let's go ahead and jump right back into things and find out where we go from here. Good old April 30th, 2231. Yotsuba-san, it's morning. What time is it? 11:18, sir. Time to wake up, huh? Splash. I dip my hand in the canal. Haru, you around? No answer. Guess she's not around. No, wait. She's always in that room. Then why? She's got you on red, my guy. Are you here? Ah, Yotsuba. Sorry, I was in the middle of something. I knew you were here. What's wrong? A funny broadcast. Well then, I should probably leave you be. Sorry. I'm bored. Guess I have to keep reading that book from yesterday. Well, okay. Let's hit up the community center. Quite the ideal place, seeing as you can read other books there and focus. Yep. I'm really thinking maybe Shion will be there. Always a creepy ulterior motive with this guy. In spectacular fashion, there's not a soul in sight. Well, not surprising. I sit in a rolling chair and spin around. Oh. Shion actually is here. To add insult to injury, she sees me slacking off. How embarrassing. Studying? Mm-hmm. Research project? No. Math. We did have math homework, yeah. Teach me math. Oh no, I can't do this! Oh no, backing right out. I'm leaving, going home, and gonna go be bored. I'm gonna go watch people boil tea with their belly button. Sure. Shion, you come here often? Yeah, I can concentrate here. Makes sense, I guess. This is a little unexpected. It doesn't happen often, but Shion has her diligent moments too. Though if she'd just actually pay attention in class, she wouldn't need to be as diligent as she is right now. Maybe class just isn't that fun to Shion since she can't use telepathy. What does a person who can't use telepathy do in order to use telepathy? It'd be great if I knew the answer. Shion's studying integrals right now. It's the section that we're just now learning in school. Come to think about it, at the beginning of spring, she couldn't even do multiplication right, so color me impressed. She's just reluctant to agree, splitting hairs about every little thing, but she might be one of those can-do types of people. Raise his hand. Shion silently raises her hand due to something she doesn't understand. What's wrong? This part. You have to do this with the integration by parts. Just consider it being multiplied by 1 and you can do it. I see. Here, by bringing the same expression, if the log's inverse logarithm is a linear expression, it'll be eliminated cleanly. I see. I see is what Shion says out of habit. Whenever she agrees with something, she always seems to say it. Incidentally, she won't say I see if she doesn't understand something, so, as the one teaching her, it serves as a useful sort of sign. Something the matter? It's nothing. Do you like Shion-chan? Uh-huh. How do I respond? I don't quite know, but I enjoy my time with Shion, that's for sure. And now I think you just kind of like being a savior to people, and you aren't really connecting with anybody. How do you feel about me? What about tomorrow? Huh? Are you coming? Yeah, I can come. Do you like me? May 1st, 2231. Yotsuba-san! It's morning! What time is it? 12:30, sir. It's already noon then? She's already here? No. I whoosh around in the rolling chair. Oh! Coming along with your research project? Just reading a little of a book. How about you? It's getting there. Gotcha. This feels nostalgic. I don't get to talk with Shion, just the two of us, that often nowadays. We don't talk per se, but the quiet time we're together is really relaxing. Did you learn anything about telepathy? I'm a little more well-versed now. I wonder why I can't use telepathy, Shion says, looking at the front and back of her hand intermittently. Why is she muttering that so forlornly? So, hey, this is just a what if, but if there was something like a copy of me around, what would you think? What brings that up all of a sudden? And they'd look exactly like me on the outside, but different on the inside. That's a scary thought. Yeah. But I'm sure that you're saying you'd be different on the inside is you having the wrong idea about yourself. After all, you're only reflected in the mirror, but the mirror doesn't show your true self. She's a bit talkative today. It's this day that I don't get the question, what about tomorrow? Oh, we're back. We're gonna go feel sad because girl has a life outside of you now. Heya. Hey. Sorry. This is the best part. So wait a second. Oh, it's gonna come. Oh, it's coming. We are so close to just a full-on snap. Haru is watching something closely. Must be a drama or anime. She seems to spend the whole day watching stuff on the canals. She has nothing else to do, my guy! She can't just sit around waiting for you forlornly. The girl's gotta fucking live somehow. It's a little concerning. However, the canals are giving her time. Once I stop the canal, will it put her into a sleep again? My thought process stops when I imagine it. Yotsuba, what are you watching? Nope, it's a secret. Must be a love story. How did you know? I could see your mind in the gutter. Ah, I just saw it, so I couldn't hide it. It's obvious. Less of a love story and more of a love scene, actually. It was really incredible. What was incredible? You're a bashful one. Of course I am. I'm a virgin after all. Doesn't quite suit you. Shut up. Right. I'm honestly glad that Haru is feeling better. However, I can't quite swallow the fact that her eyes, which have been fixated on me this whole time, are now pointed somewhere that I don't have any idea about. It's just like when Shion was looking at him. Ah, Shion-chan. It's Shion-chan, isn't it? Whoa, what's this? You sure are peppy. Do you like Shion-chan? Huh? How far have you gotten with Shion-chan? Whoa! I haven't gotten anywhere. Too many love dramas on her brain, huh? So do you like her? I said it before, I don't know. I haven't formatted my feelings for Shion yet, so I feel like I really shouldn't. Then how about me? What? Do you like me? What? Why so sudden? Come on! Do you like me? What's your deal? Jeez. Did they get to you? The dramas? Come on. I like you. Oh, one more time. I like you. Oh, one more time. What's your deal? Jeez. You know, having you say that you like me makes me really happy. Is that a fact? That's why you have to say it, right? You're a real mean-spirited one. If you say so. Ah! This is bad! It's already starting! Drama time? Mm-hmm. You want me to go away? I'm sorry. I see. I feel really downbeat now for some reason. Lonely and frustrated. I feel as though I've lost to the canals. It's no different from watching a pet cat preoccupied with a toy. In the end, will she ever tell me that she likes me? It pisses me off. Yotsuba-san, are you not feeling good? How to answer that? Why don't you sleep? Why don't you keep working on your research project as a change of pace? I'm going to go to sleep for today. I'll do it tomorrow. Well, that's a good option as well. Best to sleep when I'm in such a rut. May 2nd, 2231. Yotsuba-san, it's morning. What time is it? Is it going to be later? 9:46, sir. Time to wake up, huh? Alrighty, now to get to the books. Alright, we're going to be reading more elementary particles of the mind. So let's give this a save here just in case. We're going to drop it back here with this one because maybe this is a I doubt it's a branching point. You never know with visual novels. The Wild West of visual novels and routes is just unpredictable. You just never know what they're going to do. Alright, let me see here. Getting situated to read more psychobabble bullshit. Here we go. Alright. HT. I don't think that there's anyone reading this book that doesn't know the word HT, but it wouldn't be wouldn't it be safe to presume that there are a few that actually know what the acronym HT stands for? It means holding task or holding and taking. These two interpretations further complicate the meaning of HT. Holding task is officially accepted as the term of use. At first, around the time HT was being explored, it was thought that HT had the task of holding info and taking it elsewhere, hence it being named HT with the meaning holding and taking. But as research proceeded, it was learned that it only had the effect of the task of holding. Having that said, however, changing the name so late in the game would have been troublesome, so it was amended to mean holding task. That is the short and sweet version. Well, that's pretty effing dumb. Please don't say things like that. HT, physically invisible properties. Phenomena related to HT cannot be physically observed aside from a few exceptional cases. In short, if you see a HT measuring device being sold at a shopping mall, then that's probably a fake, so shop at your own risk. What's that supposed to mean? For example, pasts like me cannot observe HT phenomena because smart tools are physical machines. That means HT phenomena can only be detected by HT phenomena. Tautology much? It might be a case of Pythagorean. It might be use the Pythagorean method to prove the Pythagorean theorem. That's no good. That's a pretty weird logic, isn't it? But, Yotsuba-san, it's the reason you humans have ended up learning to use telepathy, right? Huh? In any case, the reality of being able to use telepathy lies there, and this is the theory to explain it. HT phenomena only being observable by HT phenomena is no different than saying that the physical phenomena can only be observed by physical phenomena. Maybe you would more readily accept it if I phrased it as things like dreams. Things such as dreams and mindsets are physically invisible, as in their physical form cannot be seen, but they're still there. Freud and Jung. They tried to explain that, right? Yes, that's right. And so, the reason Dr. C.S.'s HT infrastructure theory is so widely acclaimed is because it discovered a structure with similarities with another type of physics within constructs that were revered as invisible and ambiguous, such as the mind and the consciousness. Wow. About HT infrastructure theory. HT infrastructure theory refers to the HT physics theory used to describe HT phenomena developed by 21st century scientist Dr. C.S. I'm wondering if C.S. is, I know that they've spelled it S-I-R-I earlier in the story, or for Siri, but I'm wondering if it's C-I-R-I, Shion, and that's who the scientist is. Just kind of spitballing here. It says that the force known as HT is defined as a propagation phenomenon yielding from higher dimensional space. With the term superposition geometry to her credit, and to give more precise definition, the movement of particles within a partial cloud space incompatible with pre-directional dimension space. Now then, how many people are still keeping up with us so far? About to ask that! How these last 2 episodes been for everybody? I bet you're just loving this. And I think that we can all agree it's better than, you know, kissing unconscious girls. Dr. CS utilized the still relatively new at the time superposition geometry in order to describe the HT infrastructure theory. Hence, in actuality, in order to completely understand the HT infrastructure theory, you must first understand superposition geometry itself. In addition to that, it requires a deep knowledge of mathematics and physics. Well, I'm out! But in this book, you won't need any of the previously mentioned. This book's purpose is to teach the general public without foreknowledge of what I mentioned of the nature of HT. So while it may offend some traditionalists, we want to explain things to you in a fun, concise manner. I'm beat. Fight on! The path of all things. In HT infrastructure theory, it's stated that all matter contains a path of passage of HT particles. I'll start off by explaining what the path in this context means. First, I will reiterate the definition of HT for clarification's sake. A propagation phenomenon yielding from a higher dimension space. The movement of particles within a partial cloud space incompatible with the pre-directional dimension space. The words higher dimension and partial cloud space incompatible with pre-directional dimension space correspond with path. Okay, for the sake of argument, just think of it as different things having an invisible road attached to them. Okay, that's kind of where I was thinking with that, but alright, it's good to know that this game is very good at reading what the player might be thinking with things like this. With that said, I have been throwing the word HT particles around willy-nilly, but let me properly explain them. HT particles are the smallest particles that travel the path. In regular physics terms, these would correspond to atoms and elementary particles. Incidentally, to this date, whether or not HT particles actually exist is a mystery, as they are incapable of being observed. However, Dr. CS not only established the HT infrastructure theory, but hypothesized the minimum unit. This is a natural approach to the matter in the realm of physics. The title of the book, Elementary Particles of the Mind, to make a long story short, is about HT particles, or to put it the other way around, something that may be hard for many to accept, but it's about how our minds and spirits are constructed from HT particles. Quite a shocker. To recap, HT is the phenomenon of elementary particles of the mind going to and fro down a path that we cannot physically see. Or it can be written as such if one so chooses. That lightens the load a bit, doesn't it? Huh. So the mind and the heart are a big gathering of HT particles? It would seem to be the case. All I can think of when I hear heart is something a little more kind and fuzzy. Kinda shocking, but truthfully speaking, they're only hypothesized for the sake of the explanation of HT, as they really don't have much solid evidence. Is that the case? The principles of telepathy. Now then, we'll go into the principles of telepathy. So now, path equals road, HT particles equals car. Let's think of these concepts with these parables. Let's say that Alice-san tries to contact So-kun via telepathy. Alice-san puts a letter saying hello in a car and sends it on its way to So-kun. Of course, there is a road in the air. In the air molecules, so the car drives on the road to So-kun. So-kun reads the hello letter left in the car. As such, Alice-san has been able to say hello to So-kun through telepathy. Simple, isn't it? It's that simple? Not so much, to be honest. I was thinking the same. About roads. About the roads the cars drive on. The speed limits and the forks differ based on the composition and the volume of matter. Try thinking of your everyday life. We may not think we feel any obstacles when we converse telepathically in the same room with each other, but for example, I don't think that it would go so well if we tried the same thing a good 50 meters apart. The reason is that the data sent from a distance is 50 meters away will deteriorate and diffuse before reaching the intended party. This is called data deterioration. Data deterioration is what happens when the car goes down a fork in the road and ends up in a direction other than its destination, diffusion, or an unknown car comes in from another lane, noise insertion. Hence, the more forks there are in the road, the easier it becomes for data deterioration to occur. Also, if the speed limit is too low, it will take longer for the car to reach the destination, thus making trips down forks in the road much more frequent. To recap, the lower the speed limit is, the more branches there are in the road, the easier it becomes for data deterioration to occur. By the way, do you happen to know why the canals are utilized as an HT network? The reasons are contained in the following 3 points. 1, it's easy to get a hold of. 2, it's safe. 3, the speed limit is high and the forks are limited. Water is a superb medium for HT communication. The tougher it is for data deterioration to occur in the medium, the more useful it is for practical application of telepathy over long distances. In the case of water, data deterioration would barely show up even if you were linked with someone on the other side of the world, so the lag wouldn't be too much of an issue. The canals can connect the entire world. It is for that reason that canals are installed all over the world. Whoa, I had no idea. No wonder he used that car for a road analogy. Indeed, it's easy to understand when they go into explaining data deterioration. Huh, so that makes data memory what? A parking area? It's written right underneath here. HT data saving. Now I want you to imagine a road with an unreasonably low speed limit, 0.0 millimeters an hour. Cars going down this road will stay in roughly the same place even if you give them a month. Actually, this is the state of data being saved in the body of an object. It's well known that you can use heavy metals and other things with extremely low speed limits to record HT data. I see, so that's why there isn't an expiration date on data storage mediums, huh? Yes, data will start to spill out little by little. It's not completely the case, but it's just the same as if going too slow and it stops in place, right? Yes, that's right. Then hold on. There's that storage medium, monolith. But is that thing really just... It's just a board made of metal. That's highway robbery. Not exactly. It's all... It has all sorts of carvings on the surface. The metal is purified in super low temperature environments, and it's fine-tuned to increase the memory capacity and expiration date as much as possible. How does it increase it? I'll start by explaining the quality of the material object and the data medium is generally known. Air has a quality that does not disturb the flow of telepathic conversations. Water. Excellent as a data medium for telepathic conversations and the like. Metal, excellent as a data storage medium. Permalloy, an alloy that has the largest memory capacity and the longest expiration date among known data storage mediums. High entropy objects, inadequate as a data medium. Low entropy objects, excellent as a data medium. But there are a lot of exceptions with no discovered united set of laws. For example, a blank sheet of paper being far better than a storage medium than a paper with a bunch of disorderly scribbles on it can be explained by thinking of the entropy. But actually a piece of paper printed with a sentence is far better as a storage medium than a blank piece of paper. Wow. That's why, while the reasons are shaky, there are sentences and what have you engraved on monoliths as well. Wow. There are varying opinions on why that increases the capacity, but ultimately HT is an event that transpires between the mind and spirit. So it is said having words there makes it psychologically easier to record data. Wow. Wow. Incidentally, it's said that for an HT phenomenon to manifest, this universe must be an 18-dimensional space. Wow! Let's just say wow some more. This is kind of like me if you're explaining this shit to me. It's probably a lot of people watching this right now going, wow! This is boring! I'm sorry. I do love this shit, though. Moscow goes on to teach me about HT and telepathy for the remaining 3 days on my break. Moscow's explanation is far more clear than any book. Without any time to spare for leaving the house because of her all too vivid lesson, I start to write my extensive research report. My break passes me by. May 6, 2231. I've used my brain a lot during this break. One theory states that this universe is in an 18-dimensional space. What's visible to us is what's spread over 6 of those dimensions, but HT, telepathy, and the mind seem to exist in a dimension completely separate from any of those things. According to Moscow, the universe where the visible universe, the universe of the mind, and the invisible operating universe coincide is our universe. There's that many universes, huh? Does that mean that Shion and Shiraishi can't see the universe of their mind? Morning! Morning. I've got my code! Yotsuba! That's so. Good work. What's wrong? Not feeling well? A little. My report got a little lengthy. Oh, I see. Let's show each other our works during lunch. Sure. Looking my way. I wonder what kind of report she wrote. So, why start with me? It would be the least interesting. You're so mean. Well, you're not wrong about it being boring. The report Shion completed was illegal robots. The technology behind AIs and organic humanoids is developed, allowing us to make robots that have appearances and behaviors similar to humans. So, laws dictate that we have the obligation to make sure that it is abundantly clear that those robots are indeed robots. And so, there are cases of some slipping into human society unmarked, making them illegal robots. The end. Talk about your truncated explanations. But why do that? Experimentation. For fun. There are a lot of reasons, so they say. I mean, is it that hard to tell them apart? Aside from not being able to use telepathy, they look almost the same as humans, it seems. That's you, isn't it? No. They say they're so similar that you can't tell unless you X-ray them or something. They emit electromagnetic waves that out themselves. Oh, wow. Right. Me next? Ta-da! This is my code! He brings out a sheet that seems to have numbers with corresponding letters. What's this? Interested. It's a simple letter cipher. Allow me to explain. This is a code sheet. With this, I'll assign it a 4-digit key. For example, okay, so it's currently the year 2231, right? I'm screenshotting this. I feel like I might need this at some point, so I'm screenshotting this right now. Okay, with this, I'll assign a 4-digit key. For example, okay, so it's currently the year 2231, so 2231. Let's make that the key. So let's say I want to send a message. It is I, Shiraishi. Ware koso Shiraishi. It is I, Ware koso Shiraishi. Will mark off the 4 syllables corresponding to the Japanese characters. 44, 42, 09, 14, 11, 39, 1, 11. We'll assign them numbers from the code sheet. 88, 84, 27, 14, 22, 78, 03, 11. Multiply the key to each number in order from the left. 44 times 2 is 88, 42 times 2 is 84, 0 times 3 is 27, 14 times 1 is 14. 14, 37, 27, 14. 22, 31, 3, 11. The remainders you get, the remainders when you divide them by 47, this is the code. 413-727-142-231-0311. Once you link them all together, that's the coded message. So, how do you decode it? Just do the reverse. 413-727-142-231-0311. This is the message we received. 41, 37, 27, 14. 22, 31, 03, 11. We'll group each into 2, splitting them into 4 numbers. 41, 37, 27, 14, 22, 31, 3, 11. We want to divide by the key 22, 31. So there are places we can't, like 41, 88, 84, 27, 14, 22, 78, 03, 11. We'll add 47 until it's divisible by... We'll add 47 until it's divisible. 41 plus 47 equals 88 divisible by 2. 44, 42, 09, 14, 11, 39, 1, 11. We divide by the key, 22, 31. It is I, Warekoso. Shiraishi, Shiraishi. Apply the code to the sheet and you've successfully decoded it. That's how 2 people who know the code sheet, and that's how 2 people that know the code sheet and the key can exchange messages in secret. Amazing. It's code, all right. Neat, right? Could you follow the multiplication parts? I can follow. I explained that the Caesar cipher that I expanded on the Caesar cipher and made it into a one-time pad code like the number station. I used multiplication for Shion's sake. By the way, what's this 36 doing here? To make this code, I had to make the number of letters a prime number. Oh, okay. So it's just some number juggling. You should insert something in. Like what? Strawberry. Gotcha. Let's make it strawberry. What the heck? How are you doing? How are you using that? Like Yotsuba brand strawberries. That's so cute. I'm not going to say a word. So yeah, even if we're far, far apart from one another, let's use this code to communicate with one another. Do you have any plans on going far, far away? It's just in case. By the way, Yotsuba, what about your report? Let me see it. It's pretty much this. Whoa, you got a freaking ton here. Oh. The report I finished with Moscow titled HT and Telepathy, the history, the synopsis, the development, ended up being a 40,000 word behemoth of a report in spite of being done in a mere 3 days. I still have confidence though. This report should be very much complete. Granted, a lot of the odds and ends are thanks to Moscow, but still, she sure does know a lot, that's for sure. This report has a bunch of info that I'm sure will be useful for Shion and Shiraishi. Here's hoping this changes their opinion of me. Incredible! You spared no expense! Wow! Shiraishi reads my report in silence. Say, did you really write all this, Yotsuba? Of course! What's your book source? It says right there, Elementary Particles of the Mind. Just one book? Uh-huh. Then you copied it verbatim? What? Why does it have to be the case? I wrote it fair and square. Right, but it's not possible to write this much off of just one book, don't you think? Well, yeah. Okay, he's got a point. About 80% of this report was written in the information I got from Moscow. Is everything your own information? It's information I learned from a person, or rather, from who? A person. Or rather, maybe I should say a machine? Oh wait, did you get this from a pass? That's against the rules. You know that all paths are connected to the internet. I don't think it matters if it's... I don't think it matters that it's against the rules. Just look at how meaningful my report is. Shut your face. Shut your face, nothing. He really does have no idea what counts as the content of my research. And also it irks me that they come off as a perfect match for one another. I'm on the short side, height-wise. What was so unsettling? It was the first time I've seen a face like that. Huh? Were you playing something? Not really. I got it. Like this, right? Ah, you're right. This part is pretty shaky. Shut your mouth! I've beaten you. You lose. Oh no. So hey, Why aren't you following the rules? Shut your stupid mouth! What? I snap. I push Shiraishi away with all my might. You have no right to tell me that. Shiraishi doesn't catch his balance on the way down and slams the back of his head against the floor. Ow! Are you okay? Uh-huh. Just a little knocked on the noggin. Yotsuba, stop. Stop! Don't look at me with that judging look on your face. You have no idea what I'm feeling. Hold up! No longer able to bear it, I flee from the area. I'm doing so much to help them, yet they pounce on me at a moment's notice. It's a pain in the ass. I can't stand this anymore. The two can be all buddy-buddy with each other for all I care. I'm done with being with those two. Shionne's just as bad. She doesn't speak up, so I have no idea what she's even thinking. After that, Shiraishi doesn't come up to talk to me anymore. That's natural. I shoved him away from me in an unreasonable fit of rage. I don't know of anything that you could even say to someone like that. That's fine, though. My mind is set on not getting involved with them anymore, so what's the point? I bet that Shiraishi sure is happy. He can cut ties, hating me every step of the way. That's why I'm not going to stop. That's why I'm not going to stop hanging. That's why I'm not going to stop hanging out with them. Call it my last act of kindness. Yotsuba. Just as I'm about to head home, I can hear Shion calling out. I want to turn around, but I can't do that. It's too late to go back. I don't care anymore. Yotsuba-san, how was your report? I don't care anymore. Huh? Speaking of which, Yotsuba-san, there was some big news. Yesterday, there was an announcement that a solar flare has been observed. Apparently, it's stated to hit Earth within the near future, which is why there is an apparent need to keep any valuable electronics from being damaged. Solar flare. Not only that, do you know what happens this year, right? A solar storm. Come to think of it, Shiraishi never did specify a date when it would happen, did he? So yes, Yotsuba-san, you should make sure that that you protect any valuable electronics in the meantime. Valuable electronics? Like me! I'm going to bed. Ah, Yotsuba-san! Oh, God. Fucking love her. I shut her off. Splash. I dip my hand into the canal. Haru? Good evening. How are you doing? I'm okay. Are you watching something today? Yep. You're hooked, huh? Yeah, it's fun. Alright, I'll see you around. Good night. Good night. Lately, this is the way it's been. She turned into a canal addict, hasn't she? What's the deal? Jeez. Every single person is turning against me. I hate this. God damn it. And that's where we're stopping for today. That was a pretty high intensity episode, along with a lot of pseudoscience-y bullshit, but I'm glad you hung out, and we'll be back again next time. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.